Hey guys, thanks for joining me this morning. Um, this is Jesse, and on my channel, what we're gonna try and accomplish is real cooking for real people. This is basic cooking. I'm not a chef. I'm not a professional cook. I just enjoy cooking. I want to take away the taboo that people use the excuse that, oh, I can't cook or I don't know how to cook. Um, but you know something, like I said, I'm not a professional. I just find recipes and I give them a try. Sometimes they come out great, sometimes they don't. Sometimes I botch them up and sometimes I make them excellent. I guess my motto is that I tell my girlfriend all the time is I want to give her restaurant quality food, and to my kids, restaurant quality food in the comfort of your own home. And I want to show you how easy that can be. So today I am making a leg of lamb. I found this recipe on Tasties. It looks pretty good. I did all the prep work, and maybe some of the taboo is that they don't want to do the prep work. Some people don't like to do the prep work or don't know how to do the prep work. And maybe I'll show you that in future videos. But I've already started prepping the leg of lamb. So I made some incisions all over the leg of lamb, and I stuffed each little incision with some garlic, as the recipe calls for. And then as that going on there, as that's all infusing and getting all pretty and room temperature and everything like that, I have my oven set at 425 degrees. So that lamb is going to roast for about 15 minutes before I drop the temperature down to 325 and then let it go for 20 minutes per pound. That's a 6-pound leg of lamb, semi-bone. So 20 minutes per pound, so about 2 hours, a little bit longer maybe, depending on your temperature, wellness range. Medium rare to a medium, so maybe I'll look into it. I don't have a meat thermometer. Maybe I should invest in one, but kitchen tools are fun, so maybe that should be a good thing. 135 degrees internal temperature for a medium rare, a little bit higher for a medium. So I'm just gonna let it go and see what it is, so go from there. I've already, like I said, I've already did all the prep work. I've already placed it. I'm sorry for the mess here, but in my little chopper here, I have some rosemary, I have some thyme, I have some salt and pepper, and I have about 14 cloves of garlic. It calls for 10 sprigs of fresh rosemary, 10 sprigs of thyme. I have about 8 to 10. Half a cup of olive oil, some grain mustard. I have some Dijon mustard, and the juice of 1 lemon. So that's all gonna go in. I'm gonna process this real quick. So let's see if I can do this one hand. Actually, I'm gonna put this down, and maybe I can show you guys. So give me 1 second here. So hopefully you guys can see this. If not, I am sorry. I don't have my camera person with me. She is at work, so hopefully you guys can see some of this. I'm gonna grab a spoon real quick so that I can spoon all this stuff out of here. So hopefully you guys can see it. I'm assuming I'm within the camera range here. And again, like I said, I want this to be like real-time cooking. I don't want no camera tricks, no foolery, no looks of professionalism. If I'm spilling stuff, I want you guys to see that as well. I want you guys to experience the whole thing, because cooking is easy, guys. It's not that difficult. It's not rocket science. It's nothing to be afraid of. Like I said, sometimes I make some really good meals and I be like amazed myself, and sometimes I botch them up. So I got my little handy dandy ninja chopper here. So I'm just gonna give this a couple pulses to get like a paste out of this. So I don't know how many pulses I gotta do. Sorry for all the noise. Let me see what that look like, guys. Let me see. So again, I'm not sure what this is supposed to look like. Oh, that looks really, really good, actually. Wow. All right, I'll show you what this look. Oh, I'll show you what this looks like, guys. This looks really, really good. A nice, thick little paste. I don't know if I want to chop it up anymore. So like I said, I'm gonna make a mess here. I'm also gonna make some Caribbean cabbage here, guys. So give me a second here. So this is what it looks like. It's a nice paste. Where's that spoon at? So I think I did it nice and fine enough. Let's see. Oh yeah, I think that's perfect. that looks good. That looks like a good paste. It almost looks like sofrito, if you guys know what Puerto Rican sofrito is, or Caribbean green sauce. So I guess this is a version of it. Oh, that looks really, really good. All right, anyway, guys. So this paste here is actually going to go all over the leg of lamb. So I'm going to take this paste and put it all over the leg of lamb. Again, I'm going to prop this up. Again, I am sorry, guys, that I don't have a cameraman or person helping me out right now. So I'm going to prop this against my little protein drink here. So give me a second. Alright, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands real quick. Just some nice little wet hands here. Alright, and this paste, I'm just going to, this is hands-on for me. You know what I mean? This is the stuff I like to do. So you're going to grab this paste here, and you're going to put it all over. Oh, man, this smells. Let me see. Oh, the smell is delicious, guys. I wish you guys could smell this. This looks really, really good. So I'm putting this all over this leg of lamb here, making it all nice and happy. Oh, this is gonna be really, really good. Thank you, Tasties. If you guys are watching, thank you for this recipe. This looks really, really awesome. I'm gonna use all this paste or this sauce or marinade or whatever you want to call it. Now it calls to marinate this for about 2 or 3 hours at room temperature. So guys, I'm not going to bore you with a 3-hour video. I'll wind up cutting this off, but you get the idea. You want this to sit at room temperature and marinate. In the time being, I'll probably prep up my Caribbean cabbage, which is already cut up and prepped. I'm going to show you that as well. I'm going to get all this out of here. And you know something, my patience is probably not going to allow me to wait 2 to 3 hours. I'm probably going to wait an hour before I pop this bad boy in the oven. So, all right, it calls for skin side up. Again, like I said, this is real cooking, guys. So I'm going to be botching things up. I'm going to be making a mess. But I'm going to show you what this looks like without messing up my little phone here. So let me show you what this looks like. Let me show you what this looks like. So that is what it looks like with that marinade, with that sauce all over. So look how my hands are coated. So it coats very, very well. I guess the oil helps it coat. But that's what it's supposed to look like. So I'm going to let that rest for a little bit and let that do its thing at room temperature while I get ready. I'm gonna clean these dishes up. I'm gonna go ahead and probably start my Caribbean cabbage, and I'm gonna show you that in a second. Right now, let me show you. Let me put some water in this little blender here, a little processor. All right, so check it out. So that's already gonna be right there, room temperature. And like I said, I got my oven at 425. So anyway, let me get this out the way here. So my Caribbean cabbage. So what goes into Caribbean cabbage? So again, I found a great recipe on one of my little recipe websites. So we got some shredded up cabbage that I cut up. I have some carrots. I got some onions. I have some green peppers. I have about 2 or 3, actually about 3 habanero peppers that I'm gonna put in there as well to give it a nice spice. It takes some sugar and some vinegar and some thyme. Sugar, vinegar, and thyme. So you kind of fry up in a little bit of olive oil. So you place some olive oil in your pot here. So I'm gonna go ahead and heat my little Puerto Rican caldero up. Okay, my little Dutch oven. Let me switch hands here. So guys, and again, this is real cooking, guys. This is just so my videos are gonna look kind of corny, not gonna look all super professional. Is what it is, guys. So about 2 tablespoons of oil. Oh, that's probably more. I don't know. I can't measure out like that. I'm not good like that unless it has a pour spout, because I am a mixologist as well. But you know, that's just kind of pouring it out. So I'm gonna let that oil heat up, and then I'm gonna go ahead and throw the cabbage. The cabbage is the longest to cook. So I'm gonna throw the cabbage in there and then toss the cabbage up real nicely and get it all nice and golden brown and stuff like that. Not golden brown, but I'm gonna get it all nice and tender. Let's put it that way. Get it all nice and tender before I add the other ingredients in there. and get it all nice and good. So we got that heating up real good. I have my temperature in the front on power boil, so that's gonna get hot really, really fast. So again, bear with me for a few seconds here. Let me throw this into the sink here. So I'm gonna probably prop this camera up again. So, oh man, that leg of lamb is looking so good. So good. I'm like really hungry. I haven't eaten. I fasted all night long. So I've been fasting for the last 12 hours. So get all this stuff out of the way. You know, I kind of got a little OCD a little bit. So I don't like stuff all over the place, even though I am a messy cook. But, you know, I kind of clean up as I go. Start unplugging stuff and plugging stuff away. But I do like a lot of stuff on my counters, as you can see: honey, bananas, you know, lemon juice, oil. I got all kinds of stuff on there. Hope that don't fall. All right, so I got this oil heating up real good. This pot is smoking hot. So give me a second while I prop this up on my half a watermelon. So give me a second here, guys. So let me see what I can see. Can you see the pot? Oh yeah, you can see the pot. Yeah. All right. So all right, guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and throw this cabbage in. I'm gonna turn the temperature down a little bit because I don't want this to pop all over the place. So, and you see my pot smoking already. So yeah, I'm just gonna dump my cabbage up in there. So I got my cabbage in there. I'm gonna grab a pair of tongs. Okay, my little hot hands here. I don't get all burnt up. So again, guys, this is just your getting this cabbage. You're gonna toss this cabbage in here in this olive oil. Like I said, this is real cooking, guys. Real cooking, real live cooking, guys. So I'm throwing this cabbage in there. Get it all nice and tender and nice. And I really don't measure too much. I kind of do things to taste, even with the sugar when I throw the sugar in there. So it calls for about, I think, a quarter cup of sugar to the recipe, to half a cup of sugar. So I do it to taste. Again, I don't like too much sugar in my cabbage. So I'm throwing all this in, getting this cabbage all nice and tender and soft. And again, you don't want the temperature too high because you don't want to burn your cabbage. So, and again, I used ShotRite brand Dijon mustard for that blend. So, shout out to ShotRite. Thank you for all your great sales and your accessibility. So, got this cabbage going on in here, guys. To this, again, I'm going to add some thyme. I don't have no more fresh thyme because I used it all for my leg of lamb. But I do have some dry thyme, so that's okay. So I'm going to let that go for a second here. I'm going to go in my refrigerator here, and I'm going to grab my habanero peppers. So I got these beautiful red habanero peppers, and I'm hoping that they pack a really good punch, guys. I'm hoping that they bring the heat like really good. So I think the orange ones are usually a little bit hotter, but I'm going to use 3 habanero peppers, guys. I'm going to take the stems off. I'm throwing the seeds in there and everything. We're going to chop this up real fine. Give me a second here. So I'm over here, guys. Got to chop these peppers up. Peppers don't smell too hot. Kind of disappointed about that, but it's all good. Alright, continue giving this a stir. Again, you don't want to burn your cabbage, guys. You really don't want to burn your cabbage. So turn your heat down. You know, just give it a watch. If it gets a little charred up, that's okay. You know, just keep giving it a stir here. Okay. Getting that all nice and soft in there. Awesome, and it is getting nice and soft there, so you can tell the color. Let me show you guys real quick. You see how the color of the cabbage is changing? So it is getting little wilted there. So that's for what you want with the cabbage. I'm going to continue sitting, getting that a nice little toss there. And it's getting nice and soft. So I'm going to go ahead and add them hot peppers. Alright, and I'm also just going to go ahead and throw in my onions, my carrots, and my green peppers. And throw all that right in. And I'll show you what this looks like in a second, guys. Okay, giving this a nice little toss here. Incorporating all the colors and all the flavors and getting that habanero peppers all heated up and nice, so that they can give you that nice spice that you want. So if you ever had any Caribbean cabbage, you know it has a beautiful flavor and it got a kick to it. So, and that's what you want. At least that's what I want. That's what me and my family like. So I'm not going to say that's the norm for everything, but that's what I like. Oh yeah, and peppers are tickling my nose, so that's a good thing. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to grab my thyme. There's my thyme. It's time for the thyme. It's time for the thyme. My tomino, that's what it is. It's called, in Spanish, it's called tomino. So I put in about 2 tablespoons. That's 1. That's 2. Some black pepper here. And this is to taste. Black pepper is to taste. And of course, guys, you know, salt is a flavor enhancer. So not too much, not too little, but a little fair shake of salt there. Give that all nice a toss right there again. You want to get that flavor, the thymes out. Oh yeah, that looks so good. I'm going to show you what this looks like in a second, guys. So we got all these flavors getting all incorporated. It smells delicious already. And ain't even nothing in there. I don't even got the vinegar in there. I don't got the sugar in there. So bear with me, guys. I could have had that already prepped up, but that's okay, guys. This is real cooking, real cooking. You forget some stuff, you don't forget some stuff. You know, so this is my sugar here. Alright, guys, so got my vinegar. I got my sugar here. So hopefully I don't make too big of a mess here. Let me move this leg of lamb out the way here. Give me a little counter space. That's one thing. That's my pet peeve, guys. It's like I want a huge kitchen because I want counter space. I love counter space, and I'm always buying all kinds of gadgets. So, you know, I kind of mess up my counter space. So All right, I'm gonna use a tablespoon here. Regular spoon, and I'm gonna add about 4 tablespoons here of sugar. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 4 tablespoons of sugar there. And then the vinegar is, I kind of eyeball it. You don't want too much fluid in there, but you don't want too little. It's about 1/4 cup. It's about 1/4 cup right there. A little bit more in there. About 1/4 cup of vinegar. Give this all a nice little toss there. And as it starts cooking, and whatchamacallit, hopefully when my girlfriend gets home, I'll have her taste test it and see if she likes it. Alright, so we're giving this a toss. All this is incorporating really, really well. Probably going to have to add a little bit more sugar to this. I'm not sure, because this it's not a lot. The actual cabbage head wasn't that big. But this is basically all I'm going to have for dinner. Is I'm going to have the leg of lamb and some Caribbean cabbage. We usually don't do too many carbohydrates, but the actual Tasties recipe called for some potatoes, some Yukon Gold potatoes, and they kind of roast in some white vinegar. But I'm still going to put, not white vinegar, I'm sorry, some white wine. I am going to add some white wine to the bottom of the pan still. For the leg of lamb, because I want that wine flavor incorporated. So it doesn't have to be a good wine. It can be a cheap wine. It can be a cooking wine. Actually, the cheaper the wine, actually the better, because you don't want all that alcohol contents in there. So we've got a little bit of fluid in here, which is good. I'm going to wind up covering this up and let this simmer, actually steam up. So I'm going to grab a little piece here to see if I got enough vinegar. Excuse me, guys, off camera. Oh, ooh, spicy. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm gonna add 2 more tablespoons of sugar in there. Give it a little bit more sweetness. Kind of balance out that the spices, even though I like spicy. And that's going to be all. I'm not putting no more in there. That is it right there, guys. That is perfect. Perfection, perfection, perfection. Give me a second here, guys, while I put the stuff away. Again, I don't want this all over the place. I'm going to give that a nice little toss, and I'm going to cover it up. Give this a nice little toss here again. There's enough vinegar in the bottom of this pan here. That is perfect. That's exactly what I wanted. I'm going to show you what this looks like in a second, guys. Before I cover it up, give that a nice little toss there. Oh yeah, that's a nice spice. Nice. That's beautiful spice. Love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Riquísimo. Es gut in German. Es gut. All right, guys. So got all that mixed in there real good. So let me show you what this looks like, guys. So as this is cooking, so that's what it looks like. That is beautiful, guys. Nice colors in there. There's a nice little moisture. I'm gonna turn this down to like a medium low. And I'm gonna cover it up to let the steam do its thing. Ooh. All right, so that's all covered up. It's doing its thing. I'm going to continue to allow this leg of lamb to rest a little bit more. I'm probably going to do a double dose of vegetables today. So I'm probably going to make a spinach salad with some cucumbers and tomatoes, just to get that extra fiber. And when you guys, you know, healthy eating doesn't always necessarily mean that you have to eat, you know, super lean meats, and it's all about portion control and your intakes of fibrous foods, and foods that keep you full. Foods that keep you full are like proteins and stuff like that. Higher fats, of course, but you don't want high fats. If you do high fats, and I'm coming from a source of good fats like avocados, nuts, and peanuts and things of that. But you know, tip on good healthy eating is portion control, guys. You know, Choose your meats wisely. Don't deep fry. Don't add extra oils or extra calories to your meals. And eat plenty of vegetables, high fibrous vegetables, greens, orange, your dark vegetables and things like that, because they have the higher fiber content sometimes, most of the time. And they also have the higher antioxidants in there. So I'm probably going to do this Caribbean cabbage with some spinach, cucumbers, tomatoes, and some mushrooms with a light oil and vinegar dressing. Or I have a sun-dried tomato dressing there that I'm going to eat with that as well. I also have some Haitian pickles in my refrigerator, which is basically pickled cabbage. It is I guess the Haitian version of coleslaw, which is not. It's more the Caribbean version of pickled cabbage, and it has some green peppers in there, some onions, some garlic, sometimes garlic, salt, pepper, and it's just preserved in some vinegar. It goes with pretty much every meal. Haitians eat it with just about every meal. But guys, I'm not going to bore you anymore with just sitting here watching my pot brew and my leg of lamb marinade. So in the next video, I guess I will show you guys what it all looks like when it's all said and done. But this is the prep. This is basically starting. You see, within 26 minutes, and again, I cut out all the cutting and prepping, but that didn't take long. You chopping up some cabbage, you chopping up some carrots, some green peppers. That don't take long. You're peeling some. You don't even have to peel the garlic. They come already peeled. Grab some garlic. You put some holes in your lamb. You stuff it with some garlic. You see me make the little paste for it. Throw it on there. Let it rest. Throw it in the oven 425 for 15 minutes. Drop down to 325 for 2 hours and some change. Uncovered, guys. Uncovered. You can cover it up to get it juicier, but you want these herbs to release their oils and their scent. So guys, I'm gonna let you guys go. As I always say, stay true to yourselves. Keep it real, and I love you. Take care, and join me in my next video as I show you guys what it all looks like when it's said and done. Peace.